Princess Madeleine of Sweden has been surprising royal watchers for years with her non-traditional approach to life. Her family is a truly international love story, and her children are growing up traveling between continents. But what does a regular day look like in a family where mom is a princess and dad is a successful businessman who gave up his royal title? Today, we're taking a peek into the fascinating world of Princess Madeleine's family. And by the way, just today, she shared a new photo from their family vacation, captioned simply, "Happy Summer." But eagle-eyed fans quickly noticed one thing. Where is her husband, Chris O'Neill? Princess Madeleine has always stood out among the Swedish royals. The youngest daughter of King Carl Gustaf and Queen Sylvia, she's been known for her independent spirit and love of freedom since childhood. Unlike her older sister, Crown Princess Victoria, who always knew her destiny, Madeleine chose her own path, one of a modern princess balancing royal duties with everyday family life. Her love story with Chris O'Neill began just like a real-life fairy tale. They met in New York, where Madeleine was working for a charity, and Chris was building his career in the financial world. Their wedding in 2013 was a global event, an American businessman marrying a Swedish princess. But the most interesting part came afterward. Chris O'Neill made a decision that surprised many. He declined Swedish citizenship and a royal title in order to maintain his career and independence. That meant he could live and work wherever he wanted, without being tied to royal protocol. Many didn't understand his choice, but for their family, it turned out to be perfect. They gained the freedom to live between different countries. Today, their 3 children are true little cosmopolitans. Princess Leonor, the oldest, was born in 2014 and at just 10 years old already speaks several languages. She inherited her mother's love for the arts and often accompanies Princess Madeleine to cultural events. At a recent concert by Lale in Borgholm, Leonor was the most attentive listener. She followed every song closely and even tried to sing along. Prince Nicholas, the only boy in the family, was born in 2015 and is quite the little rascal. At 9 years old, he's already showing interest in sports and technology, often surprising his parents with questions about how things work. Nicholas has a special bond with the family dogs, Teddy the Labradoodle and Oreo the Bichon Havanese. It was actually his idea to include Teddy in the latest family vacation photo. The youngest, Princess Adrienne, born in 2018, is already showing signs of being a true princess at 6 years old. She loves dressing up and imitates her mother in everything, from her walk to her gestures. Madeleine often tells friends that Adrienne is already asking when she'll be allowed to wear a real tiara like her grandmother, Queen Sylvia. Family life for Madeleine and Chris revolves around their children, but not at the expense of their own interests. They made a conscious decision to split their lives between the United States and Sweden so their kids could benefit from both cultures. In winter, the family often stayed in Miami, where they have a home, and in summer, they always returned to Sweden, until things changed and they decided to settle permanently in Sweden. Chris O'Neill, despite preferring to stay out of the spotlight, still makes public appearances at major events for Princess Madeleine, and he's known to be a very devoted father. His British-American upbringing beautifully complements Madeleine's Swedish traditions. Their children are growing up with an understanding that the world is much bigger than just one country. In one interview, Princess Madeleine admitted that motherhood changed her perspective on many things. It especially impacted her work with the World Childhood Foundation. Now that she has her own children, the issue of children's rights has become even more personal and important to her. It's fascinating to see what their typical days are like. In the mornings, the kids always have breakfast with their parents. It's a sacred rule in their household. Madeleine personally oversees their education, making sure they learn not just English and Swedish, but also understand the history of both countries. Chris is in charge of sports activities and introducing them to modern technology. Summer holidays in Sweden are a special time for the family. The kids can't wait to see their grandparents, Queen Sylvia and King Carl Gustaf, who work so much even though they now live in the same country. Princess Madeleine says that it's during these months that the kids truly feel like Swedish princes and princesses. On the island of Öland, they have their favorite spots, a small cove where they like to have picnics, and an old lighthouse the whole family climbs together. Teddy and Oreo love these outings and often run off to explore the coast, making the kids chase after them on the beach. Madeleine is very mindful that her children don't grow up feeling entitled because of their royal status. She teaches them to help around the house, clean up after themselves, and treat the staff with respect. In their home, there's no room for royal tantrums. Only well-mannered children are welcome. As for the future, Princess Madeleine is open about wanting to give her children as much freedom as possible. She knows they're growing up in a completely different world than the one she knew. What matters most to her is that they're happy and able to find their own place in life, whether that involves royal duties or something entirely different. Princess Madeleine's family shows that modern royal life can take many forms. They prove it's possible to stay connected to tradition while living by your own rules, putting family happiness above everything else.